Moi drodzy, pokaz. CD
Hello
Projekt
and welcome
Red.
to another
Hello!
episode of the Red Stream.
Co
My name
pokażą?
is Ameria and I will be your
2.1
host
patch?
together with my partner in crime.
Mieli
Alicja
już nic nie
Kozera. Hey,
robić.
guys. And we have
Alicja Kozera
not so new, but maybe some.
zmieniła
new
kolor włosów.
for today. So please give a warm welcome to Paweł Sasko, Quest Director.
Hello, my dears.
And our
Czemu
lovely
oni mówią,
Monika Janowska.
czemu oni mu mówią Paweł Sasko?
Hello, everyone.
Jak on się Saśko nazywa?
So today
Czemu
we're
ona
gonna
po
talk,
angielsku
to you
przeczytała?
about update 2.1, which you know will be coming on December 5th, together with Ultimate Edition box edition of Cyberpunk hitting the shelves in stores. And we're gonna tell you about some changes and new features that will be coming with update 2.1 to Cyberpunk 2077.
Dawać dla Polaków
Obviously,
coś
we're
po
not able
polsku.
to talk about everything, so watch out for patch notes that we're gonna release a little bit before the patch, so you'll be able to check every change coming to the update. And unfortunately today we won't be with you live. This is pre-recorded stream, but I'm sure you're gonna be
ale
able to catch us in the
oszustwo.
Twitch chat.
Are we guys ready?
Yes,
Yeah,
let's
let's
jump
go.
in.
Let's do it.
Ale
Okay,
przynajmniej
so
powiedzieli
I
o
think
tym,
we'll
że to
start
nagrali,
with
bo
the
niektórzy
biggest
udają, że to jest live.
Feature in this update, which is the metro system.
Metro.
Can we talk about metro system?
Czy będzie metro system?
I know it was very, very difficult to, make sure that it's...
Ej,
back
czy
in
oni
2020.
chcą dodać
Can we-
metro system, który był już od 2 lat dostępny jako modyfikacja, gdzie się jeździło metrem? I ludzie to instalowali?
May I cover
O
up this
kurde.
one?
Wow.
Thank you, Pavel. So yeah,
Zobaczmy to.
Metro was definitely mentioned multiple times among our community, and in the past we multiple
Ej, ta
times
dziewczyna,
denied
która to mówi,
any, like,
Ma takie rysy
plans
twarzy
of
i ma
making
taki
the metro.
zgryz, ma taką
However,
że każdy chyba ma taką
well,
koleżankę
the metro
albo
was not
znajomego,
in our plan for a long time.
że rysy twarzy ma
However,
podobne.
Over time,
I ja mam
we've
chyba z 2 takie
revisited
koleżanki, co
our,
kojarzę, że bardzo
our
podobne z
plan,
twarzy.
And with the Ultimate Edition on the horizon, we've decided that it actually could be achievable. So we decided to go for it.
Yeah, and I think like what was cool is also like
Ale
the fact
Paweł!
that we saw
Paweł!
everyone really talking about
Widzę,
that
że nas
metro,
łączy.
like original trailer from Cyberpunk 2020
Paweł!
from 2018 had a metro, and then the CGI trailer with Idris Elba and
Bebes.
Solomon Reed for Phantom Liberty also had it in some way. So we felt, okay, we've been showing it so many times, maybe it's about time to actually make it for the game.
A Paweł,
we did.
na zimę.
Exactly.
I think people actually love it, that it's officially now. I know there was a mod for
Tak,
for
był
Metro,
modem.
so I'm glad we put it in the game and we, managed. But can we actually say how it works? What you have to do, how you
O, no,
find it,
pokaż.
where you can find it.
All right, so
Muszę tak reagować.
basically we can travel between 19 metro stations, which can be used either
Ja nie
as
miałem
a
tego moda
fast
nigdy,
travel
słuchajcie.
point, or
Nigdy
it
tego
can be
moda
also
nie
used
miałem
as a
zainstalowanego,
proper
więc nie wiem, jak
metro ride
to
experience.
działa. Okej, czyli wybieramy sobie...
Basically, there's 5 metro lines
Miejscówkę.
operating in Night City, which can be found like on the metro map by like very easily recognizable by their corresponding color and their map. So you can also get familiar with the map of the metro before you like get
Większe
into
niż
it.
w Warszawie. No ma ile
And
nitek?
because
2
of
nitki są,
narrative
3.
reasons,
3.
lockdown of
Zielona
Watson,
jest jeszcze.
the metro is
4,
accessible
niebieska
only
jest.
after Konpeki Plaza.
5.
And the player will basically get the call from Knockout, which is, well, the name of our metro. We should have mentioned it earlier, I guess.
Night City Area Rapid Transit.
Yes, exactly.
Correct.
So the player will basically get a call from them.
Player gets a message, right? Like
Yes.
to be specific.
Exactly. Yeah,
Exactly.
so they get the message with the
Pani, to jest
cards,
exactly
which
pani.
at the same time will be automatically transferred to player's inventory, giving access to all the metro stations. Before we get the message, and without this card, basically all the metro stations will function the same way as they do right now in 2.0, which is only as a fast travel point. As of the metro experience itself, I don't think I will be spoiling many details because I think everyone should experience it on their own.
Aha, że
And,
oni
like,
nawet
maybe
nie chcą
one thing I
pokazać
wanted to
nagrania?
add to
Nie,
this
no
is that,
pokażą.
like, as a
Ej,
video
ale to
mentioned,
jest
it's 19
niesamowite,
stations, but
że
each one of
ta
them
rzecz była w pierwszym trailerze. Ona powinna być od początku gry.
really,
Nie?
because, like, not all of
Kurde,
them have
masakra
been
to
fully
jest.
functional and usable for us, so we had to update it greatly. There was a lot of work done by our, Enviro art team, but also open world team to make sure that it really fits and
Ale
works
będzie
nicely
oskryptowane,
in
także
the,
nie będzie
night
puste,
environment. And I hope you enjoy it.
tylko
Like, we have
będzie
some
oskryptowane
small things there, so, I hope
jako
you have
pasażerowie.
fun,
Chociaż
riding
ten
metro.
gość, który chodził, chyba był oskryptowany mimo
You
wszystko.
mentioned we have 5
Znaczy,
different
mówię, że ogólnie,
lines
że
of
oskryptowani
metro, but
ludzie, że
does it
tam
actually
są w
work
tym
like,
metro.
let's say, bus line or any metro line? So
Ciekaw jestem, czy
you
to
can
będzie
go
też
from one station
z questem
everywhere, or you actually
powiązane
have to follow
jakimś.
that line. You need to know where to go, or
Change the line.
yeah, change the line.
I mean, depending on where you want to travel,
Okay.
obviously, similar like in the real life,
Okay.
you can either, like
O,
continue
woda
with
jak
the
woda.
same line, or you can, just like pick different stations.
okay.
However, even if you would decide on the way, like on the travel,
Jak ludzie
to, for
reagują?
example, like skip and travel faster, you can skip at any time. So it does you don't have to wait until the whole ride is over. You can also like skip it and go faster. So it's pretty flexible in this case. You can
Aha,
have full
że failują, że,
experience
with, like,
że jest to
role-playing,
limitowane
sightseeing the
użycie
city,
tylko
or
do aktu
you can also skip
pierwszego?
if you're in a rush. So
Czyli
Yeah,
będzie
and
tylko
I
na
think
początku
here
gry
really, Monica,
fabularnie
hit the
dostępne?
nail on the
Nie.
head, because like our direction when we thought about designing Metro, like me and Gabe, when we talked about it, what we wanted to do is to make sure that players will have a way to really be in the world, and immersive way to travel through the world. So when you sit there, this is designed and thought through to be a role-playing feature. So I'm not gonna say what you can do there. You will experience yourself. But that was our thought, really. Like, we really wanted you to be there and to see, all of the different districts and so on. And I hope you'll enjoy.
So I know one thing
Ta
that
dziewczyna
we'll
miała
definitely
różowe
be able
włosy,
to do
nie?
on
Teraz
the,
ma
on the metro. And this
naturalny
is a feature
kolor, czy
that
tam
has
też
been
farbowane.
also heavily requested by our community.
Ale
by
chyba
you
wolę
guys.
jak takie ma, w sensie
Radio
wizualnie,
port.
bo
So this is basically a
też jak
radio
tych
that you
dziewczyn
can
za
take
dużo
with
ma
you
kolorowe włosy, to też
on
już
the go.
potem tak dziwnie
So can
wygląda,
you
jak
tell
już
us about how it
każda ma
works?
później w tym studio
yeah, I
kolorowe
just wanted
włosy.
to give a side note. Do you ever have this feeling when you drive around the city with your favorite tunes?
O kurwa,
You're
czekaj,
vibing, and
co to
literally
jest,
the best
ej?
part. You're
Co,
reaching your
tak było,
destination,
że
you
w
have to leave
Porszaku
the
można
car and
było...
you
To jest
wish you
inny
could
Porszak, nie
continue
ten nasz.
listening to your
To jest
favorite
inny
tunes.
chyba.
Now, thanks to the radio port, we can do that.
Cabrio?
So this is
No
an
właśnie.
item that player owns, which allows V basically to listen to the radio when exploring the city on foot. But
There's some limitations.
there are limitations, yes. So as you mentioned, you can listen to it while being in the metro. We can also listen like when exploring the city. However, during quests, conversations, or any other fundamental moments in the game where audio is basically crucial for understanding the meaning of the scene, like the whole context, the radio port will be restricted from using.
Naprawdę w
Similar
końcu
to
radio
phone
może ci grać
restriction,
po
you
prostu, gdy
basically
wyjdziesz z
want to
auta?
ensure no interactions
Nareszcie?
with other game
Niemożliwe, ja o tym tyle gadałem.
so,
Przecież
yeah,
takie
this
to
is
było
like a
wkurzające,
small limitation. However,
że
still, like,
jesteś
during the
nawszczepowany,
exploration of the
chłopie,
city,
elektroniką,
you can,
a nie możesz
not
w tej
only-
elektronice radia
we
sobie
simply
odpalać.
just didn't want to make
głowie.
situation when you have like pom-pom shit blasting in your headset and Jack is dying. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't want to...
Spoilers.
Spoilers, sure. We didn't want to create a situation like this, right? So at the moment when diegetic, like quest music, so-called score, is playing, and when that score is important, it will automatically sort of turn off your radio port. You'll hear this like characteristic click sound of your like sort of imagine that you had just turned off old Walkman. It's that kind of feeling, It will turn off, you will see it on a UI actually, that feedback that it was turned off, and then actual quest music will kick in. And after that, your radio port will kick back in. So we have tried to make it as seamless
Czy I
as
don't
possible,
know?
so that you will really be able to, if you want to do what a lot of you wanted to do, which is like listen to the radio, just drive around, enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy the city, you can do that now.
But if the music stops, you know that something is about to go down.
Yes.
Yeah.
How about combat? Is combat the moment when we can listen to radio port or no?
Yes, however, there are moments when there's a specific quest music kicking in. For instance, especially in situation when you're facing the police system, when you have actually a bit more stars, so your wanted levels higher, then this is the moment when actual music for the combat will kick in. We wanted to make sure that actually our music matches the combat well. And when we've been designing it together with our audio team, our composers really had this idea of a specific rhythm of the combat. And it was an issue for us if you had, like, let's say, jazz playing in your headset, and then suddenly, you know, shootout
nie jest
starts
wino.
and it didn't
To
really
jest
match
jakaś-
together.
pewnie
to
galaretka
make
jest.
sure that your experience as a player is preserved and it's great, you know, we did it like this, that
You
at some
know,
point
no, you
the
know.
radio port will turn off and the combat music will kick
Czy
in.
ty wiesz, czy ty you know?
But you can also turn the volume up and down, right? If you decide that you want specific volume of the
Yeah, you
music.
can switch the radio station and also adjust the volume however
Okay.
you want.
Awesome. So that's a great feature to just walk around Night City and immerse even more in the world of cyberpunk.
Pretty much like in real life.
Yes, and I think like one comment that I wanted to tie it all together, what is really awesome is the fact that you can listen to the radio port while you're in subway or while in metro. So when you sit down, you can actually listen to the music, enjoy the atmosphere, pick the station you want, just drive around, listen to whatever great station you have from all of them available there.
I love it's very nicely connected because I don't imagine going on a bus or on the metro without my music. Yeah.
Absolutely. I noticed
dalej?
We mentioned
Wspaniałe,
immersion
można
a lot
muzyki
today.
słuchać.
And you
Co
know,
jeszcze chcesz
when
powiedzieć?
we were talking about the patch, like behind the scenes, there was also a lot of people saying like immersion is really important for us.
No.
So I think we can move to another immersive feature that
Immersive feature.
change we are adding is the improvements of the boss fights.
Boss
in
fights.
Cyberpunk in the base game and I think in the EP1 as well.
I co
Yes,
teraz?
I mean, so we did a couple improvements to boss fights, and I won't talk about the smaller improvements, I would say.
Jak oni
because
ulepszą
those,
tego
you know,
smashera
we need to
Adama,
find.
to będzie
However,
grywalny.
there's one that we really wanted
Ten
to
Adam Smasher,
highlight,
ta
I would
walka
say,
to była
and this
taka...
is Adam Smasher.
No kurde,
Your
w
favorite
końcu!
one.
Yes. So I saw you guys doing this one-shot build, you
Tak!
know, going
Ta gra
you
jest
know, to Adam
ta
Smasher,
walka
smacking
była
him,
żenująca.
sometimes even with a dildo. So that's fine.
Zmienili
that's fine.
ją nareszcie.
But you know, like there was this moment when I saw like the meme that you guys made, you know, with the SpongeBob.
Nareszcie coś się
you
dzieje,
know,
kurwa.
How the Smasher looks like in the anime and how he looked like in the game. So we try to match it much more.
Okay, can we say like anything specific that's gonna change about this fight? Like, can he use any abilities?
I can hint some things because I really want to like leave it for players' discovery. However, like I think like one of the most iconic
On ma taką, jak w anime, nie? Po światę, jak on się tak jakby szybko porusza tymi blinkami.
How inspiring it was, how cool it was to just see this guy just run around and leave this trail behind him.
no.
So we basically, with the help of our VFX
Ta,
artists
ale
and
to u
of course, you know,
wszystkich,
our gameplay
u
designers
większości się
made it
Adam
happen,
Smasher
in the
zbugował.
game. He is
I
really
stał w
fucking
miejscu,
scary.
albo nie robił
He really
ataków
chases you
specjalnych,
around
tylko po
right
prostu
now. He's
trzeba
really
było w niego walić jak w
relentless.
gąbkę.
I am sure that you guys figure out, you know, a lot of, you know, overpowered builds to find ways, you know, to, you know, beat him. But we are doing really our best to make sure that he is actually a proper boss. And what's cool is that he'll actually do act slightly differently if you're a netrunner or if you're a solo, and depending of the features that you're going to use. So I'm not gonna say anything more, I think, but there are some cool things that our gameplay designers did for that specific boss fight, and I am really looking forward
Brzmił
to figuring it out.
psychofan.
Yeah, I think you guys need to let us
Nie
know,
wiem.
how you manage
Mi się
to fight
wydaje,
against
że
Smasher
jest to
after
kwestia po
I want to see those
prostu...
videos, man. Like, I really do. Like, I've seen
Te dwie
those
dziewczyny zawsze
videos with
występują.
dildos and
Te dwie skrajnie, po lewej i po
okay,
prawej,
man.
one zawsze.
You know, if it's too hard,
I
you
dwóch
know it's
gości
on you,
jest.
Yeah.
No, like what I want to say is that gameplay team literally
Więc mi się
did
wydaje, że po
incredible
prostu
job.
rotacyjnie
And
oni
when
biorą
I
tam.
saw it, like, and it's
Nie doszukiwałbym się
finished state, I had
parytetów.
literally chills. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to see your reactions. It's pretty good.
Nice, nice. Okay, so moving on to the next thing, I know you guys, a lot of you really enjoyed the car races that we had with Claire. So now we actually are introducing the replayable car races
To
to
kocie.
Night City. So can we talk about that?
Cyberkotem?
Yes, so during the quest with Claire, as a player, you
Cyberkot.
had various interactions with a guy called Jim. He was also an UI mentioned as the announcer.
co jest?
So he is the one that's actually organizing the illegal car races in Night City. And as a player,
nielegalne
after you have finished
wyścigi.
the quest with Claire, that's the important part. After you have finished that, you will be contacted by him to take part into the races. And all four races that we had before, right now they're available for you anytime you want. You will find on a UI, on a map, you will find a new icon with a flag, with like checkboard. So
Ale
if
to-
you get
to już
there,
było,
you
nie?
can,
Tylko oni to po
take part
prostu
in the race. You can win
ulepszają
money,
chyba.
and what's interesting, you can also win the discounts for AutoFixer website, where you can get more cars and
Powtarzalne.
motorcycles.
Czyli
Wow,
żeby
so
można
many
było jako
discounts,
questy.
El Capitan is giving me discounts, this is giving me discounts, amazing.
Black Friday.
But speaking of AutoFixer, there are some new vehicles there, right?
Yes. There are some new yes, there are some new vehicles that we added. One of the reasons why we added yet another way for the player to earn the discount is just because we have so many vehicles
Yeah, fair.
at this point in the game that we really, as designers, we really want the players to have all of them and use all of them and just have fun. But we need to give you the ways to get them. So that's why right
Wszedł do
now the
kartonu
races,
wariat.
outside of course, what you have in Courier, in Phantom Liberty, give you the discounts for AutoFixer website. And as we mentioned, we are adding new things. So there is 5 new motorcycles. We know that you guys really wanted new motorcycles. I've seen everywhere that people were disappointed. That was just this couple more motorcycles that we added in 2.0 and Phantom Liberty. So we're adding 5 more. We heard the feedback, we saw it.
O, nowe motocykle dodali, super. I laga. Pati, czy ty coś robisz z internetem? Aha, internet wydupcyło, wiecie? Może zaraz wróci. Czekajcie. Aha. Udało się.
That's why we're addressing this.
Dobra.
Cars, nah. Motorcycles, oh yeah.
No.
But besides the motorcycles, there's one more cool car.
Yes, that's a great point. So as you all know, Johnny Silverhand in Cyberpunk 2077, and that comes from the lore. His original car was
Działa
Porsche
czy nie działa?
911.
Kurde,
So
boneta mi
we
do zera
wanted to
wydupiło.
continue
Kot mi
our,
przegryzł kabel.
collaboration with Porsche, and that's why we are adding yet another Porsche to the game, and this is the cabriolet version. So in the game, we have added something that I don't want to spoil, but there is something that you are going to trigger connected to that car, and you will be able to obtain it. So be on the look for the new cabriolet version.
But hopefully it's not
A
that
ładnie
I just
wygląda
lose
ten
the roof
z
of
tym,
my
z tym
previous
samuraj.
Porsche.
No.
Okay, good. One more thing regarding the vehicles. So we are adding more motorcycles, and I'm happy about it. I'm sure everyone is gonna be happy about it. But there's
Dymy
also some
asesor.
cool things that we are
Oho.
adding to
Czekaj,
the
bo jakiś
motorcycles. The combat, we have more combat options, right? And some tricks.
Yes, so there's a couple things that we have done with motorcycles. And I think like one of the things that we felt that was needed is
Nowy film.
the possibility for the player to throw knives and axes actually while sitting on motorcycle. You know, it feels really cool when you are driving around and you can get your gun and get your gun and shoot people. You can get a katana and, you know, slash the tires and whatnot. But we really wanted to make sure that you can also use throwable knives and axes. So right now you can do it on motorcycles as well. And what's connected with that, there's actually more stuff. So our vehicles team have been working hard really and gameplay team have been working really hard to actually update the whole gameplay on motorcycles. And there's a couple things that we added. There's new options for leaning on motorcycles. You can do the wheelie right now.
Whoa!
You can even do a flip on the motorcycle right now. The way how the motorcycle works right now, it sticks to the surface. So you can actually do almost like a stuntman tricks on that motorcycle. Like there's a couple places in the game, especially in Phantom Liberty, when you have this like thick concrete pipe. You can even like go in and drive, circles inside it if you want to. So
Takie
there's a couple of
głupkowate.
cool things you can do on motorcycles. Right
Wow,
now.
okay, I can't wait to see like the videos of gameplay of people doing this crazy shit. That's
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be
like
amazing.
a completely new experience for motorcycles. It's crazy, but it's like crazy good.
Nie, to
I
jest po
think this
prostu
is asking
pierdoła na
for,
5 minut,
like
no.
another contest for, I don't know, videos or
Photo
something
Oh yeah,
to see like what you can do on your
we'll
motorbike.
think about it.
Yeah. But speaking of, we're gonna stay within the motorbikes, cars, and speed. I know we added new car chases to the game.
Yes, we did. Because like the thing was that I saw the feedback that you guys had after the release of patch 2.0. And one of the things you pointed out was that you were disappointed that in cases in the base game where the player has done something against, let's say, a certain faction, certain gang.
Ale
there
kiedy
was
to
no
wyjdzie?
repercussions
To
really
już
that
wyjdzie,
visible.
już
So
jest,
what
będzie
we wanted
zaraz,
to do,
jutro, pojutrze,
we
za
wanted to make sure
miesiąc?
that we'll see them.
Idę
So
zobaczyć.
now, at the moments in the quests, in gigs, when you're making choices going against some gangs, and you're really like going and killing a bar full of Valentinos, you can be sure that in time, that gang is going to
grudnia.
look for you and they will chase you. And from time
Ultimate
to time,
Edition
you'll
już
actually
5
trigger
grudnia
such an
będzie w
event,
ogóle. A co to jest
in the
Ultimate
game.
Edition?
There's a couple
Czyli
of them
podstawka
depending
z
on
dodatkiem do
various
kupienia
choices,
i będą w pudełkach
that,
do sprzedania też, tak?
Okay, and speaking of Valentinos trying to find us and whatnot, I think we can mention that here, that, there is one more way to escape those angry gangers on the newly
to takie
opened
ciekawe,
highway
ile będą
between
kosztować.
Japantown and Wellsprings.
Oh yes, that was also actually players' feedback. I've seen that thread.
Jakby ktoś nie
We've
miał
been
jeszcze,
discussing
nie?
it. Of course, there was this part of a highway sort of going almost across the whole Night City. That was not really fully finished when it comes to like building it, by the, Night City. So it was kind of like partially blocked there and so on. As a player, you could use it, but that was really it. There was no traffic there and so on. So we went in actually and kind of redone the enviro and traffic and community on that
5
whole
grudnia
path.
to ja będę
There are also some
120
small
razy
things, we
oglądał
have hit
trailer
there.
GTA
It
6,
helps out with the communication to
żeby
the
się nie
city,
zesrał,
but
bo to
it
nie będzie
also,
GTA 6.
makes it harder to hide from the police, because I saw you guys hiding there, so that is not possible anymore. They will follow you there and they will chase you there.
Awesome. I can't really wait for everything like with the speed in, as a theme.
I mean, we're adding so many cool things. I feel like this is a fun service update.
Yes.
So
It
that's a lot of
kinda
things
is,
you
yeah.
guys asked for.
Yeah, exactly. And I think like what's connected with the chases, which we didn't touch, is also like a couple gigs. I think it was 16 exactly.
Pytanie,
from the
czy
base
oddział
game
od
had
Cybera
an
to
objective
cokolwiek
for you
robi,
as
czy
a player
pracują
to
nad
steal
tymi
a car and
pierdołami?
deliver
Ale
to
Domal, co oni
certain
mają
place.
robić?
And
Oni już
before,
skończyli
you
grę
could, like, just kill
i
everyone or not
szczerze,
everyone and
po
just
tym,
get a car
co
and run.
powiedzieli,
And that
to co
was it.
wrzucili w
Right now we've
patchu
expanded that,
2.0,
so
to już
right now
wszyscy
the,
byli przekonani, że nic już nie zrobią do Cybera. A tutaj widać jeszcze były w produkcji jakieś metra, nie metra, jakieś takie pierdoły.
Actually, so you will have a bit more of a car combat again. So that's just yet another enhancement this time for our gigs.
Nice. Okay, next thing is also pretty big.
Tak, no, ale my nie mówimy o
pracownikach
pracownikach CD Projektu. Zobacz, że Domal napisał oddział od Cybera.
Yeah, so
Tu nie ma nic
we-
wspólnego
first of
z
all,
Wiedźminem teraz.
We've
O,
put all the previous accessibility settings that we already
A,
had,
czyli
which were
te
related to
ułatwienia, jak
subtitles,
ktoś ma jakieś tam
difficulty, like gameplay and visual settings.
jak to się nazywa?
But on top of that,
Jak
we
ktoś ma
also have
jakieś
added a
blind
couple of
color,
new
nie? Z
accessibility
daltonizmem i
settings,
innymi problemami.
which are mainly focused on simplification and modification of HUD. There's a couple of things for the HUD, which is basic like HUD reduction for the fluff. There is HUD visual effects. There is like option to enlarge some HUD elements and HUD lens distortion.
Pokaż.
Also on top of that, we've added an option to disable the timer in breaching hacking minigame.
Oh yeah.
which actually should help out in some cases. You know, less pressure with the time going on. Actually, I know that some people like to figure it out like very, you know, like deeply, so this could also help. We've also added
to jest ważne, no. Większa czcionka, to było spoko. Ja lubię, jak w grach dodają takie możliwości z interfejsem, powiększania go, pomniejszania, to jest super sprawa.
Hopefully it will be much easier to access.
Awesome, so thank you.
A w ogóle...
If you're looking for some accessibility options or
A ja wam powiem, że ja jestem za tym, żeby w każdej pieprzonej jednej grze, która wyjdzie, zawsze był modyfikowalny interfejs, tak jak to było 20 lat temu w grach typu Lineage i inne. Że bierzesz sobie HP i przeciągasz go tam, gdzie ci pasuje. Bierzesz sobie mapę myszką i sobie ją przeciągasz tam, gdzie ci kurde pasuje. Bierzesz sobie GPS-a i go dajesz tam, gdzie ci pasuje. I ta Final Fantasy to ma, ja wiem, ale stare gry to miały MMO. Bez modyfikacji, bez add-onów. To jest, ja nie wiem, dlaczego tak jest.
Replayable car races, some new motorbikes and a new car, as well as new car chases, new vehicles and accessibility features. But that's not all. You will be able to check out everything that we added, changed, updated in the patch notes for the update. A little bit of a teaser of anything else that you can expect from that is, for example, hangouts with romantic partners. We already mentioned it, but we didn't want to show it, so not to spoil it.
Yes, and we won't be talking about it.
Ale to nie ma nic wspólnego z byciem streamerem i z zasłanianiem.
PC, so you know that's gonna be those nice triggers on PC.
Exactly, that was like yet another thing that was requested by our community.
Yeah, see? And you will be also able to find some more cuts in Night City.
O, koty! Ale super!
All right, and don't forget the update 2.1 is coming on December 5th, as well as physical edition of Ultimate Edition of Cyberpunk 2077 together with Phantom Liberty included there. So, if you want a box, make sure to check the store that's around your area and, just grab it. And I think that's it for what we have for today. So thank you guys for being here with us tonight.
No i krótko i na temat, 20 minut i
thank you, Paweł.
Tak ma być, a nie tam kurde siedzą jak w Diablo, Blizzard i siedzą jak na skazaniu, jakby pistoletami do nich mierzyli i tak. No, będzie super, będą skiny, super będzie, zobaczmy kolejne arty. No i dobre, i koniec. Dobra, moi drodzy, to co? Jak będzie 6, dobrze mówię? 6 grudnia czy 5? To sobie zagramy w Cyberka i sobie pojeździmy. Zobaczymy te rzeczy, o których gadali. Poszukamy kotów, pojeździmy sobie metrem, posprawdzamy motocykle, bo podobno 5 nowych motocykli ma być i porobimy trikasy na motocyklach. Czy 5 grudnia, Także będziemy robić. Pozdrawiam na YouTubie. Cześć.